kids, welcome back. Did you notice that we made it to 1,000? We're pretty excited. You should be too. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the plural. I meant we, you and I, we did it together. So I'm here with a haul. As you can see behind me, my processing rack is almost empty. And I have some stuff here that I bought, but I need to tell you all about it before I can start processing and listing it. So I really need to get busy if I want to stay on my goals for November. I went to 2 different thrift stores. One of them was a Goodwill where I had 20% off. I'll show you that stuff first. And then the second was this crazy, well, it's not little, it's a huge store, but it's still kind of a hole in the wall. You have to really dig. And if you want vintage, that's the place to go. And I'm not supposed to be buying vintage, so I shouldn't have gone there. But I did, and I will show you all the mistakes I made. But it's so cheap. $2.99 for short sleeve and $3.99 for a long sleeve and $4.99 for pants. You can't beat that, even if it's stuff you shouldn't buy. If it's cheap enough. No, you see? This is where you come to find all the things that you should not be doing. Okay? So let's get started on the Goodwill where I paid 20% off. First, I found these new in the package, Hunter boot socks. It says for your original tall Hunter boots, size medium, which is actually quite small. That's for size 5 to 7 women's. But let me just quick pop it open so you can see them. Hunter navy blue boot socks. Cool. So I was shocked at how much these cost, but I shouldn't have been. I'm actually going to list mine for $29. Maybe I'll sell them for Christmas. Hunter boot socks. They were just sitting on the shelf like nobody in the cologne and toiletries section. So that's why you should take a whiz through hard goods. Through, not in. Oh, cut that part out. Jeez. Next. Carhartt men's flannel shirt. 2XL. Super heavy. Isn't that great? Somebody's going to want that right away. And I paid $3.99 for it. Yeah, a 2XL. Very heavyweight flannel Carhartt. Ordinary Carhartt shirts I don't get, just like a cotton button-up shirt. I generally don't do. But I'll do ripstop cotton or ripstop nylon or the ones that are like that tan color that look like work shirts or flannel. But just like plain short sleeve cotton Carhartt shirts, what would be called fashion, not utility, I don't do those because the price is not good enough. Okay, I've told you about this brand before. I've only found it twice, but it sells so fast. And so I found these for $3.99 a piece. 2 men's hoodies, ultra lightweight hoodies, the kind you would wear like if you were sailing or kayaking or hiking on a hot day, but you still need sun protection. Oh, good grief. Where is the tag? It's in here somewhere. Let's start over. Here's the front. That's the hood. There we go. So here's the brand. Freefly. And you see how the E's are those little waves. And a lot of their stuff is made out of organic cotton or bamboo. So this is just a men's long sleeve hoodie, kind of in a stretchy t-shirt material, but I'm probably going to get $35 or $40, and I guarantee they'll sell in a week. And I found 2 of them. Here's the other one in a dark gray. Light blue and dark gray. Is this gray? Looks green on this camera, but no. So, very excited to find those. They were hanging right next to each other in the men's section, and makes your heart pound a little bit when you find, I mean, they're just, some people would call that bread and butter, but I call $40 in a week money. That's what I call that. I call that money. And these, usually when I'm going through the pants, I'm looking for cool or any of the outdoor brands, not Columbia, but some of the others, for like nylon hiking pants, or because a lot of men's trousers are just Hager and Stafford. But sometimes you stumble on something and you say, what the heck is that? Isaiah. Underneath it says Napoli. And I thought, that sounds Italian. And then I looked around a little more and I found a tag that said, made in Italy. Sorry. Trust me, made in Italy. And then it said 95% lana and 5% seta. Mi non sprechen Italiano. So lana is wool and seta is silk. So these are wool and silk made in Italy with this very interesting name. And look, they put their logo all the way around the inside. So I Googled. They have an adjustable side waist. Look at this cool thing at the back of the waist. It's got a little split there, and that's intentional, just to give them a little extra comfy, right? So I Googled this brand of wool and silk trousers, and darned if Saks and Neiman aren't selling them for $1,500 a pair. So I said, okay, I'll try that. And the comps are everywhere. But I settled on, I'm going to list these for $90. And, one thing I will do, the inseam measures 31, but there's a lot of material in the hem. You could definitely go to a 32, maybe even a 33. Have your tailor or your mom change the hem. I'm trying to show you how much material there is in the hem. There's a lot, like 2.5 inches. So they could be lengthened, and I will put that in there. Because for sure, if somebody's going to buy these expensive wool, this is flannel, by the way. It feels like, it feels like flannel. It's a very soft wool napped fabric. It's not like tweed or gabardine or something. So wool, flannel, and silk. Wool and silk, flannel, Italian trousers. I'm going to list for $90. Wish me luck. Oh, did I tell you I have to fix them? Because I always buy projects. But this is the easiest thing ever. So, see this little, that's a side seam right below the pocket. And that'll just take me 4 minutes to sew up. So, yay. Very excited about those. We'll see how I do. Again, I told you I was trying to dabble in Chicos because other people seem to be selling it. So I got this Chicos Travelers, size 2, which is a large. Travelers, there's the logo. But it's Chicos Travelers, slinky knit that doesn't wrinkle. But it's beaded. See that? All covered in beads. So kind of, it kind of sparkles. Do you see the sparkling? That's fun. So I'm going to try that. I paid $3.99. We'll see how I do. Fresh produce. I sell a lot of that in the summertime. We'll see if I can sell this. It's just a pop over top. Probably get 20, maybe 25. Fresh produce is almost all cotton typically. What's this? It feels cottony. Made in the USA, 100% cotton. Yeah, it has a style number on it, but usually people that want the brand are looking for it. So I shouldn't have any trouble, but if I have to wait till summer, I will. Here's another brand that I usually have 1 or 2 pieces in my closet, and they sell pretty quickly. Be interested in, I don't see other people showing me this brand, Jess and Jane. Do you ever pick that up? It almost all looks like this with graphic prints. This one has words on it, but I haven't tried to read the words. But in addition to that print, little lettuce. This is called a lettuce edge. Lettuce as in, the vegetable. Because it looks kind of like curvy leaf lettuce, you see? Anyway, it's got that. It also has some sparkly things. So, same print on the back. Jess and Jane. I'm going to list it for $28. And that brand usually goes pretty good for me. I'm curious if other people are selling it. Here is the thing that everybody loves to sell, and Heidi just doesn't do a very good job of it. We'll see if anybody likes this one. This is Free People. I know the name, but I can't remember it. It's got lace on the sleeves. So it's a fitted top. Kind of, Free People is everything. It's either very fitted or it's very baggy. I know you can't see it, but it's black. It has a lace half sleeve. And I paid $3.99. I ought to be able to make profit on that. And the last thing at that store I'm quite excited about. So, I don't know if you know this logo, but that's Zaya Active. And when I first started finding their leggings, come on, Zaya Active. When I first started finding their leggings, maybe a year and a half ago, they sold pretty quickly and pretty well. And then they kind of slowed down. The last couple pairs I found were cropped, so I left them. But these pants, they've got pockets and a drawstring and an elastic waist. And they have a jogger cuff with zippers. These are called the Peak Jogger. And the soles, so there's one pair for sale in this size in gray on eBay, and 6 sold. The soles range in price from $30 to $50. So I'll go somewhere in the middle, maybe try 42, and I'm very happy about that. I paid, oh my goodness, I paid 20% off of that. What, you do the math. I didn't pay very much. I don't know why usually they never mark pants down, but $3.99 for those Peak joggers from Zaya. Now we'll move on to this giant store that's actually kind of a hole in the wall. You know, I generally have to wash things because there's a thrift smell, and they have a lot of vintage. Most of it's not good vintage, but some of it is. And boy, if you wanted vintage coats, there's dozens of them. But I shouldn't go there because I'm trying to avoid vintage. Did I succeed? No, I did not. First of all, I look in the hard goods. I've told you that many times. And this time I was poking around in the toys, and I found a bag, and I thought, ooh, what's in the bag? And I thought, I know those little feet. I know those shoes. It's a whole bag of Cabbage Patch stuff. Mostly shoes. There's a bottle, a feeding bottle, and 2 pairs of jeans. Cabbage Patch babies are the strangest shape, aren't they? 2 pairs of jeans, and a whole bunch of sneakers, and 2 pairs of Mary Janes. Different styles. Each one has a different style on the toe. A pair of socks. Funny little feet they have. And, I told you about the bottle. So each of these, so there's 10 items altogether. Socks, a bottle, and shoes, and jeans. Each of those is worth about $10. And I paid $5.99 for the whole bag. So 60 cents, and I'm going to list each item for, I think I decided to go, they're very light, very cheap to ship. I have some paper bubble mailers that are like this big, and that's what I'm going to use. I think what I'll do is $12.99 free shipping and not accept offers. And just throw it out there and see what happens. I do need to do some cleaning. Some of the laces are kind of dingy, so I'll just soak them. And they all need to be washed. But it'll be a fun little project, washing baby shoes. And on my $5.99 purchase, I should be able to net probably $8 an item. That's $80. That's net after cost and shipping and fees. I think maybe nobody else would do that much work for $80, but I will. Next. So if there's a theme here, it's kind of like, well, I wouldn't wear that, but somebody will. Does that make sense? This is a brand I'm not familiar with. Alex Kim. It's a size 1X. It's made of cotton and flax. And it is a top with big buttons and some satin trim and a lot of embroidery. And the embroidery is kind of sparkly. And the back is similar. Somebody's going to want that, right? I paid $3.99, and I think somebody's going to want it. Boy, do I need to lint roll. I think a cat was living with this shirt. So, gold braid embroidered. Was that a mistake? Or am I going to get huge money? I'm still experimenting with Chicos, and I'm only going to give it another month because if this stuff doesn't start selling. This is Chicos Design, which I understand is slightly more expensive. And this is 100% silk. And it's a jacket. I suppose if you had a tank or a shell underneath it, you could wear it as a shirt. Maybe I'll call it a shirt. But there it is. So the print is printed, and then it's all embellished with beads and embroidery all along the flowers and the leaves. See? Silk, beads, embroidery. Can I sell it? I should be able to, right? Again, Heidi wouldn't wear it, but somebody will. Now this, I think so many people could find this fun and do something cute with it. It's vintage Gitano. You remember Gitano? Can't even read the tag, so I'm going to have to measure it and estimate the size. It's a chambray vest, all covered with embroidery. Somebody wants that, right? I mean, I could see anybody from a teenager layering that over something to somebody's grandma layering it over something, but in an entirely different way. You see what I'm getting at here? Gitano. That had no sleeves at all, so I don't know how they decided what to charge me. Probably $2.99. Here's a project. I bought a couple projects, but one of them's already done. So the brand is St. John Sport. And this is the Santana knit, which is always made out of 72% wool and 28% rayon. Sometimes it's 75% wool and 25% rayon, but wool and rayon, Santana knit. Very nice lavender, full zip jacket. But do you see the problem? Yes, that's a yellow stain all over this area and a little bit over here. Now, of course, and it full zip. But isn't that, I mean, it's got that classic Chanel copycat look, the classic St. John trim. I mean, this is amazing. I could get $50 for it if it wasn't ruined. Now, it says dry clean only. A lot of dry clean only is just so that you won't mess it up. And you won't be disappointed that it doesn't look as crisp and beautiful as it would when it came back from the dry cleaner. Wool, when it says dry clean only, mostly means we don't trust you to not use hot water in a dryer. But I know that I can hand wash or machine wash on delicate wool and dry it flat and steam it afterward, and it'll be fine. So, can I get those stains out? Can you see that yellow? Oh, yeah. It looks like it's a weird lighting thing, but no, it's a stain. So I'm gonna get busy. There's some more right there. I don't know what happened. Must have been a hell of a party. That's all I can say. So I got Becky with the good hair. Do you know Becky with the good hair? I'll put her channel name in right here because I like to know people's names and I never remember their channels. I was chatting with her yesterday on a live and I showed her this item and she was pretty excited about it, but then again, I'm the one who has to sell it, not her. So maybe she was just being kind. I found this skirt. The brand means nothing to me, but it sure looks vintage. The tag. IB Diffusion Sport. It was made in Hong Kong, which made me say, okay, yep, it's vintage. So it's at the print. I mean, you had to look at the print, right? And it's elastic waist skirt, with pleats and this print, and it's a maxi skirt, and it has pockets. You would have to get it, right? There's the pockets. I thought somebody's gonna want that. Young or old, you could wear it so many ways. You could wear it just with a tank top and combat boots, or you could wear it with a beautiful silk blouse and wide gold chain belt and go to the symphony, for God's sake. I mean, it's really adaptable. But then, so does this make it better or worse? There's more. There's a matching top, 3/4 sleeve V-neck top that buttons all the way down the front. What do I do? Becky had some ideas. Listed as a set and have another listing of just the skirt. Sometimes with pieces like this, I've listed as a set, and when that didn't work, then I would separate them, and in the description I would say I might have a matching yada yada. You know, on the top I would say I might have a matching skirt. Contact me for details, and then they could send a message and I could send them a link to the listing. But do I list it as a set? Do I list them 2 pieces separately, or do I just get the skirt? Love to hear what you think. Maybe you think, Heidi, that's hideous. What did you do? Well, I wonder how much I paid. I think $3.99. $3.99 for the skirt and $2.99 for the top. So I really need advice. I probably should just stop buying vintage. Okay. And I bought this because it was a project, and it's my Chicos experiment. It's a very cute pink sweater that says, Peace, Love, Chick. There's a few for sale and there's a few sold. So I'm confident I can get $25. But I bought it because it was covered with pills. I mean, covered. It was like bobbly. You know, those little bobble sweaters? No, they were all pills. So I shaved it and I had my fun, and now it's time to sell it. That is a size 2, large. This, some man's going to want it, and I'm glad it's not my man, because it's a Woolridge extra large, heavy cotton shirt, very heavy cotton shirt, short sleeved, covered with fish and lures and rods and reels and creels and baskets and boots, and Lord, somebody wants it, right? Extra large, super heavy duty cotton Woolridge shirt. There are some listed and some sold. I won't have a problem. Should I finish? No, I'll finish with another weird thing. This is second to the last item. So this is Free People. And apparently it's so old that the OB number did not show up on a Google search. I tried like 4 different times. I thought my Google was broken. So this is a size small, Free People, textured hoodie, sweater, cardigan. You can see it's like a black and oatmeal. It's a long sleeve cardigan, and it's got fringe at the bottom, and it has pockets, right? Yeah, pockets. It's really hard to show because, you know, it's Free People, but it's a cardigan that looks like that, and it has a hood. So the OB number, I hunted and couldn't find it. And finally I described it, and I went, I found one that looked like mine. And they called it the Love Me Tender cardigan. So once I had the name, then I found more. And it sells pretty well. I should probably get 35 or 40. But nobody had the OB number in their listing. I don't know why. I think I ended up finding one sold on Poshmark with the OB number, but it must be quite old because it's no longer on Google. So it'll sell because it's a big oversized cardigan. I see one spot there where I'm wondering if that's a snag. Yeah, you see that spot right there? I'll have to see if I can pull that to the back. Okay, last item. This is the shopping trip of did she make a mistake, I think. So here is an item. It's a men's jacket. It's by John Blair. And John Blair's been making men's clothes for a long, long time. Has been taken over and it's under another label now, but they still make stuff. And it's not expensive. It's middle of the road things, but some of their vintage stuff, the dad and grandpa things, they're so retro looking. So this is, I'm not sure if this is vintage or modern. I'm going to find out, but it's an extra large tall, and it's a cotton zip jacket. It's got to be vintage, right? Look at that. Look at that. It's in beautiful shape, so maybe it's new, but I will find out. But either way, I found one just like it that sold for $39 on eBay. So I even thought about reactivating my Depop account because that needs to be steamed down because it's such a dad jacket. So typically this collared zip front jacket would have been called a Harrington, but this one isn't really because they're very plain and they typically just have hand warmer pockets. And they don't have a ribbed hem, but I'll just call this a dad and grandpa jacket and be done with it. But I paid $3.99. So why did I buy so many weird things? Because I was in that weird store. That's all they sell. I'd love to hear what you think about all my crazy finds. And I've talked long enough. It was great to see you again. Please like and subscribe and tell all your friends. Leave a comment or question. Somebody had asked me to share how I store my inventory. I'm trying to figure out how to make that interesting. But I'm going to do that. But if you have other questions or ideas or things you'd like to see, I would love to hear about it. So I had fun. Please come back. Bye, kids.